Hi, I'm Taylor with Running Shoes Guru, and I'm excited to introduce you today to the ASICS Metaracer. So I've logged about 50 miles or 30K in these shoes over the past month. And my first run in the Metaracer was a workout with 3 by 1600 meter repeats at 6:30 pace on a crushed gravel track. And it was pretty amazing. The first impression I had was that every single repeat I could literally feel the carbon plate in this shoe springing forward with every stride. So this is the first carbon plated racing flat that I've run in, and it's really like nothing else I've worn in my 16 years of competitive running. So let's break down some of the details of this new shoe from ASICS. So this is ASICS' first foray into carbon plated racing flats, and they're a couple years behind other brands in releasing a carbon plate shoe. But they've done an excellent job in perfecting the construction of the carbon plate and the midsole. So this flat is highly effective in maximizing energy return and stride efficiency. It's really snug fit, and it does run true to size. It's also moderately cushioned, as you can see. It's not too voluminous here, but also not too thin. So it's really ideal for a range of distances from 5K all the way to even quick marathons. I tested this shoe on crushed gravel surfaces and road, both wet and dry, and it performed exceptionally well on both surfaces. The ride is soft and really very responsive, which is ideal for speed and racing. The Metaracer employs ASICS guide sole technology to deliver an ultra smooth and efficient heel to toe transition. So the shoe also features a revamped flight foam midsole compound here in this sort of tannish yellow color. It's exceptionally smooth and responsive. One of the details that distinguishes the Metaracer from other carbon plated racing flats is that the carbon fiber plate is bottom loaded in this shoe, so it's located in between the midsole and the outsole here. And doing so gives the shoe a little bit of a higher level of shock absorption while also maximizing the energy transfer from the carbon plate. So for me, this gave me a sensation when I was running of being propelled forward with every stride, and it was pretty exceptional. The outsole is constructed with wet grip rubber for a higher level of traction when running in less than dry conditions. And it's also an extremely durable outsole for a racing flat. And as a runner who is a heel striker, I tend to wear down the lateral part of the heel faster than any other shoe. And so I am very appreciative of the durability of the blown rubber here in the outsole. So the Metaracer upper exhibits a nearly seamless construction for a really lightweight and barely there fit. The simple upper gives the shoe a really traditional racing flat look, which is something I appreciate. And it's constructed with an engineered mesh that is designed to allow for as much airflow in and out of the shoe as possible. You can see it's almost kind of transparent. It even includes this drainage port here on the end, sort of a little ventilation slip there that is intended to allow water to drain out of the shoe, any water that comes in. Personally, I found it to kind of be a pointless detail. It ended up letting in more water and moisture when I was running on wet roads than I think would have otherwise gotten into the shoe had this feature not been there. The shoe does hug the foot very, very snugly. You can see it's kind of a thin footbed, so if you have wider feet, this may not be the most comfortable shoe for you. It's got a pretty narrow toe box as well. Like the rest of the upper, the tongue and the laces are very thin, and that's exactly what you're looking for in a racing flat where you're trying to minimize weight. There's no true heel counter in this shoe, so you can see it squishes down pretty easily. When you're putting on the shoe, and I pretty much step on it every time and smash it down, it's a little bit annoying, but I can live with it. It still hugs the heel very tightly and comfortably, and I didn't have any rubbing or blisters from that. Another feature that is a minor detail of the Metaracer that I found to be just a little bit annoying in a pair of flats that you might be paying $200 for is that there's a really long tag stitched to the inside of both of the shoes, both the left and right shoes, and it's stitched under here. You can see that I've ripped mine out because it was so annoying, and that's easy to do. It doesn't damage the shoe, but again, in their most premium racing flat, I would have expected ASICS to do a little better. Maybe print that information on the inside of the tag or the inside of the heel like a lot of other brands do. So in all honesty, I was a fair bit skeptical of carbon-plated racing flats. Just really wondering, was I going to be able to feel a difference in performance with the carbon plate feature? But I can assure you that after several speed workouts in the ASICS Metaracer, the hype is real about this shoe. If you are a competitive runner, especially for this shoe with narrow feet, and you're looking for a true edge on race day, then this is a great flat for you. So personally, after wearing this shoe, I'm not sure I could ever go back to racing in a traditional flat again, just knowing what I'd be missing out on.